Oh, God. It's never not funny. Oh, help me, Jesus. Alright, hello everybody and welcome back to Pokemon Sapphire. You're doing much better today than we were yesterday. It's a little regretful that I started this playthrough off in the dark place that I did, but things are much better today. I've been on a high dosage of antidepressants for years, and back around November of 2023, I decided, you know, the brain fog is too much, I'm sleeping too much, I don't have total control over everything in my head, so I decided to back off of them. And I was taking 20 milligrams of like the generic for Prozac, and I started cutting the pills in half and taking 10, and it was like coming out of a coma. The difference was day and night. And then around Christmas, things got a little tough, so I started taking the full 20 milligrams again. And then a week or so ago, I started back on 10. So it's that period of adjustment. So my emotions have been all over the place. It's been a roller coaster, and I'm just trying to figure it all out, you know. But that has nothing to do with this actual playthrough. We have our first badge. And yes, we are streaming on YouTube today. You know, when I started not Leaf Green, Soul Silver back last year, the first episode we did, we streamed it on YouTube, and I said I'm going to start doing more YouTube streams and see if we can pick up subscribers that way. And I fell back in the habit of just using Twitch, but I very much want to, you know, try YouTube. YouTube is my home platform after all, above every other platform, above social media platforms, everything. YouTube is where my online presence began, and it's where all my work is, all my Let's Plays, all my stuff. It's on YouTube. So I think we're going to kind of try doing some YouTube streams for a while and see how those work out, because we're not growing on Twitch, but we are growing on YouTube, so it might be in my best interest to stick with YouTube. My question is, when I have the YouTube mobile app pulled up, how do I change? Halo fainted. Oh no. Quality. There we go. Give me that 1080p. I want to see. There we go. It looked really blurry. I want this Whisper. You know, I've never raised a Whisper before. Maybe we should raise Whisper. Thinking back on all my years of training and raising Pokemon, I haven't really spent a lot of time raising normal types. Whisper is very timid. If it starts to cry loudly, it becomes startled by its own crying and cries even harder. Aww. when it finally starts crying, the Pokemon goes to sleep all tired out. Oh, how that feels. Yeah, we'll give Whismur a run for its money. Of course, we've got a fainted Talo. I've also been dealing with a tad bit of the insomnia. It's been hitting me hard lately. So I stayed up for like 24 hours, got maybe 2 or 3 hours of sleep, and then I'm right back up. I hate it. I bet your Whismur can't learn cut. No, I didn't think so. Ooh. We could get a Shroomish. Shroomish could learn cut for us. Let's grab a Shroomish. I don't know how long it's going to take to find Shroomish, but if we find Silcoon and Cascoon, we'll catch them too. There's Silcoon. Pikachu shirt on. Very thematically appropriate for what we're doing here today. Silcoon was thought to endure hunger and not consume anything before its evolution. However, it is now thought that this Pokemon slacks its thirst by drinking rainwater that collects on silk. Don't know why I had a brain fart there. Sorry, I tickled myself before the stream started. I said something funny to Tyler in the Discord, and now I cracked myself up with it, and I can't stop laughing at it. He said his chair broke, and I was like, "Hey, I'm going live on YouTube for a change. You should come watch." Badass. Caught him so off guard because I don't usually act that way or say things like that. I've been this very grab and serious person for so long, and I tell you what, coming down off these medications, I feel like me again. I can feel. Maybe we lift all the brain fog, I can get some cleverness and quick-wittedness back and make actually funny jokes and not badass. Oh. Come on, Shroomish! This is our lot in life. That's another one of the things I like about the modern Pokemon games is the fact that the Pokemon are on the overworld and I can see where I need to run, you know, and where I need to be in order to encounter the Pokemon that I want to encounter. There we go. I mean, there's some nostalgia for, you know, these wild encounters and everything, and the 2D, you know, I love these old games. And don't get me wrong, there's plenty to complain about with modern Pokemon. Ooh, there's so many complaints. But I definitely think seeing the monster on the overworld is better than these random RPG encounters. Especially with the shinies being available at a glance. I really wish it was that way in Pokemon Go as well. It bothers me. Meant to read that. There you go. Shroomy. If Shroomish senses danger, it shakes its body and scatters spores from the top of its head. This Pokemon spores are so toxic, they make trees and weeds wilt. Ooh. Yeah, that's one of the core things I insist upon. Anytime I'm doing a Pokemon playthrough of any game, we register something to the Pokedex, you have to read it for the stream. It's just a thing I like to, one of the streaming rules that I like to keep to. I'm sorry, what? Shroomish can't learn Cut? Why, though? None of you mofos are seriously gonna come hang out with me in chat? How dare you? I posted a link in the Discord and nobody showed up. It is after 10 p.m. though. Tyler works like a day job. Fiverr. The trainer school. I don't think there's any items in here I can get. I think it's just... Oh. Who do we want to give the quick claw to? Who should we give the little quick claw to? It's music. What was this building? Block off from Makahito. I don't think I can get Slack off at the moment. I think he's further up the routes someplace. Bum 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 bum. You're getting a peck. That's Book attack. I really wanted to play Unravel. That's the playthrough that I've started this past week, but every real once in a while I'll play a game that kind of gives me a little bit of motion sickness. I'll start feeling maybe like 30 minutes to 45 minutes in, I'll start getting queasy and hot and flushed. It doesn't happen with a lot of games, especially doesn't happen with any old school games like this, with graphics like this. It's only ever happened with like modern 3D era games. But 3 hours of sleep and fasting, I haven't eaten in over 24 hours. I think, you know, I didn't want to risk it, so that's one of the reasons we're doing Pokemon tonight. And we were supposed to do a patron-only live stream this past weekend, but everybody was unavailable. I say everybody, I have 2 patrons. And that's another thing. I've heard people criticize content creators about putting things behind a paywall. And I've heard other people say, it's fine. You know, you can make a career out of streaming or doing videos. People make a living off of doing TikTok videos and Instagram stuff. And it's legitimate work. I'm not knocking it. I'm not one of those people that say, get a real job. It's a real job. I mean, you pay taxes on it, you know. I just don't think I'll ever be big enough to make a living off of what I do. But the patron gives me an opportunity to round up a few extra dollars a month. And that money always goes back into the YouTube. The only time I think I've ever really spent Patreon money on myself is maybe to get something to eat or something to drink, like go through McDonald's and get a sweet tea if I'm out playing Pokemon Go. I'm sure in the past I might have used it once or twice here and there, maybe at Walmart, maybe on Amazon to get something, I don't know. But the principal goal behind the Patreon is to help fund the show. But at this point, I have such a big back catalog of games to play that I don't really need to buy any more games for a while. But I am making payments on this Google Pixel phone, which I have to say has been a delight. I hate Apple. I won't touch Apple with a 10-foot pole. The only thing Apple I have ever allowed myself are their earbuds, and I can't even afford the AirPod ones, so I always get the wired ones. But with the new computer that I got from Tyler, I've been able to do, you know, wireless earbuds. Even these cheap, you know, knockoff ones still work. But, you know, this phone's been great. I've been Samsung forever, and I wanted something that had a better camera, something that had more space. Because one of the problems I was running into with the Samsung Galaxy A, whatever the hell, the cheap economy version, I've never been able to buy like one of those phones you get off of a plan. I always get the cheapo Walmart, Boost Mobile, straight talk phones. But I wanted something with a better camera, and I wanted something that had more space. Because even though I put a micro SD card in that phone, it kept telling me that I didn't have space to upload to TikTok or upload to Instagram. You know, it just kept saying that my phone was full, and I would delete everything that was unnecessary, and it was just such a pain in the ass. This phone, I've looked this phone over, up and down. I can't find a slot to insert a micro SD card to save my life, which I don't care for. I think that's dumb. But the internal memory is massive. It's like I think 100-something, 200-something gigabytes. Which is what used to be standard for Windows for many years. Yay, wing attack! But I primarily, as far as YouTube is concerned, I like to use my phone for vlogging. Although I haven't been vlogging because there just hasn't been anything happening. I do need to go out and find something to record though. January is almost over. The 1st is in like a day or two, and I recorded nothing for January. Nothing at all. Nothing at all. It's like I've recorded nothing at all. Heard something. Shut up. Minkata. Bum 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 bum. No 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 no. Minkata lives underground. It uses its sharp claws to carve the roots of trees and absorb moisture and nutrients. This Pokemon can't withstand bright sunlight, so avoids it. I've been seeing these articles. Apparently there's 2 broods of cicada that are going to be born this year in 2024 here in North America. That it's an event that only happens every 200 and some odd years. So I guess George Washington was president back the last time this happened. 200 and something years. I think 230 something years. It's supposed to be loud. There's supposed to be trillions of them. It's supposed to be this spectacular event. That's not just once in a lifetime, once in several lifetimes. Like a rare meteor, you know. So, I'm excited to see that. That's gonna be fun. can't wait till I start losing some weight and get back to a normal head shape that's not egg-shaped. Get back to a normal head shape that's not egg-shaped. What did I say? Getting a Whismer. You can't really fight Geodude, but we could switch out and get you some XP that way. I wonder if the XP share can be traded since it's a hold item. I wonder if I can give it to one of my Pokemon in Leaf Green and then trade it over. I'll look into that because that would be nice to have. Geodude. Mudcap's evolving. Didn't get rid of Mud Slap. There is something I think I should mention. And I think I may have talked about this not too long ago in another playthrough of whatever game, but last year I made the decision to scrap all content on my channel that wasn't specifically just me or me and Tyler. I decided to get rid of any content that had anybody else in it. I think there is one exception to that. I think there's a few episodes of my Metroid Prime 2 playthrough, which is part of a larger playthrough, the Metroid Prime Trilogy playthrough, where my buddy Miles was in a few episodes. He may have done some Left 4 Dead with us too. I can't remember. But other than that, I decided to be very picky and choosy. I decided to go rogue and just be myself and do my own thing, because when it comes to the landscape that is YouTube, people keep getting canceled left and right. And I know that people on the right like to weaponize the word canceled and, ooh, it's cancel culture, blah, blah, blah. Well, it's more like accountability culture, you know. You should be held accountable for your actions, so you get canceled. 9 times out of 10, you had it coming. From what I've seen, it's been 10 times out of 10. But no, a content creator that I've watched for the better part of, I guess, around 8, 9, 10 years, somewhere in there, got canceled the other day for sexual harassment. And it was very disappointing and heartbreaking. I know that this person, it's a parasocial relationship. I've only ever been in their chat. You know, it is what it is. You gotta be careful about getting attached to online personas when, you know, you'll never meet them in real life. But still, I was a little taken aback and a little sad about it. Because this person, their content really helped me over the years define my belief systems and helped me figure things out, helped me come out of a lot of toxic mindsets, really taught me a lot about politics and taught me a lot about the world in general. For better or worse, I learned, you know, what harm can learning do? But it's not the first content creator I've had to walk away from. There's been plenty that I've had to unsubscribe from or unfollow for one reason or another. And you know, I don't go just based on speculation and hearsay. I like when people have proof of allegations, and there's always been proof each time of the allegations that have been made, so you walk away from whatever content creator, you know, that has done the thing. And I'm sure that over time people can realize their mistakes and learn and grow from it and maybe never make the same mistake again. But so many people just dig their heels in, you know, and won't apologize and won't have genuine remorse for what they've done and understand what they've done is creepy and terrible. So that's why they get canceled. You don't just get canceled because you did something wrong. You get canceled because you refuse to accept and take responsibility for what you've done. Unless you've done something really horrific, then yeah, you can apologize all you want, but you're still out of our lives. But that just happened a few days ago, and it made me think that last year we had to do the same thing in our friend circle. We had to remove somebody that was very, very toxic, and it got me to thinking that, you know, there have been times on this YouTube channel, in my content, where at the beginning of an episode, I would say something like, here's X amount of friends that I have that also stream and make content. Go check them out and subscribe and follow and And yeah, I won't do that anymore. There have been other YouTubers that don't know I exist, that I've shouted out. Maybe, I know I shouted out a music channel once that I immediately quit using their content and quit watching. Mainly because I contacted them and tried to get in touch with them to ask them if I could sample their music, you know, maybe put it in my ending credits or something, and unresponsive. So, if you don't have the time to respond to me, you know, this is not just a fan who wants your attention. This is, I'm reaching out to you, creator to creator, trying to, you know, do business here. You won't talk to me, we're donezo. But that's happened a few times on my channel. I've shouted out a Pokemon channel once. I've shouted out people, and I just think that it's best that I refrain from doing that in the future. It's one of the reasons I have the rating feature on Twitch turned off. I don't raid people, and I don't want people raiding me. I just want to be left alone to do my own streams. I don't want to be bothered. You know what I mean? Because the old adage of judge you by the company that you keep, which is not 100% fair, but at the same time, they're not wrong. Who you associate with does say a lot about your character, and I've just been so worried for like a year or two now that all these people that I thought were good people turn out to be like hideous monsters, and I'm thinking, well, who in my real life, you know, might secretly be into some shit or up to some shit that's unforgivable. So I think, you know, going forward, my personal life will remain a personal life, and I'm just not going to be shouting out people anymore, you know. I might make notable exceptions going forward if something happens to change. Maybe I change my mind in the future, I don't know. But for right now, I think it would be in my best interest to just stay rogue and not partner with anybody, not be part of any like online circles. I already have problems with that on Twitter. My experience with Twitter has been a lonely one over the years. I will comment, heart, thumbs up stuff on Facebook too. I don't ever get nobody ever really responds back. Now, in the last year or so, people have been better about responding back to me, but for the most part, when I comment something under somebody's tweet, it gets ignored heavily. The only time really that people interact with it is when they want to fight or argue or say something nasty. The exception to that is I do have one or two good, Twitter acquaintances that will sometimes interact with my post. About 3, 4, 5 people at best that I can count on to at least give my tweets a passing glance. But I don't know. I think as far as my content is concerned, it's best to just do me. It was my dream when I first started doing this 7 years ago. I wanted to have a friend circle that also streamed. I wanted us all to have our own independent streams, and I wanted us to have all our own goofy little lore and backstories, and then I wanted us to come together on games like maybe do Mario Kart, maybe do Smash Brothers, stuff like that. And I tried that over time with the Discord. I brought my friends in and we played stuff, but it never really just worked out for the long haul. And I was talking to a friend of mine that I've known for over 10 years, and we were talking about the past and our gameplay sessions as a friend group, and kind of made me realize that I was always the one person nobody wanted to play with. I spoke about this many times on my channel. This was a friend group who, when they played games, it had to be Dragon Ball Z. Like, we play Smash Brothers. No teams, no bots, no amiibos, no items. Straight up Dragon Ball Z fights, and that's all they wanted. No fun for me. And it caused a lot of fighting, infighting, and contention, and arguments, and it was the same way with Pokemon. It was the same way with Pokemon trading card game. I just had years of bad experiences with my friend groups, and it makes me very sad. But seeing as how everybody is constantly getting canceled, and every other day you learn about something that somebody's done that's just horrendous, I don't know. I'm lonesome in my own personal life. I'm lonesome as a content creator. I would love to have people to work with, but at the same time, I'm like, that's a risk. Because I can make content with somebody, and if I get canceled, then that looks bad on them. If they get canceled, it looks bad on me. Of course, I don't know what I'd ever get canceled for. I don't do anything. I forgot the hill. And hard drive space isn't cheap, so I've not kept the recorded files for the past 7 years. I record something, I edit it, I upload it to YouTube. Each episode is gigabytes in file size, so I've never had the money or to buy hard drives like that or to store that kind of data. So I can't go back and edit out those moments of shouting out other people. So it is what it is. And you're probably wondering, well, why have you been talking about this for 15 minutes now? You seem really bothered. Yeah, it's just been on my mind lately because it's just been one cancellation after the other, after the other, after the other. And I'm like, people, can we be decent human beings for 2 seconds? It makes me cautious. It makes me not even want to mention the existence of other content creators, no matter how big or small they are. I don't know. What can you do? Losing upsets me. Same. I'm not a good loser. I should have taught Cupton and Kata while I had it in my party. The lack of sleep's starting to catch up with me. There are some things money can't buy. For everything else, there's Pokemon. It's blatantly ripping off the MasterCard slogans. Let's set sail on the high seas. And by high seas, I mean let's hug the coastline all the way there. I could use a silk scarf. That's for normal types. The music is so lovely in this game. I like what's hip, happening, and trendy. Late toys. Oh my god, that one's terrible. Alright, let me, No! I meant to say no. Let's see if we can come up with something fun. How about... Child's Play. Let's see. Maybe it's under this one. No. There we go. That one looks good. I was gonna put phone games, but I couldn't find games. I never understood this mechanic. Like, I don't know what purpose this serves in the actual game. This house is full of a lot of people. Starting to wear down. Not the poison. Damn, Wismer. Got my Gengar Squishmallow. They call these pillows. It's the only one I have. I'm not getting on board with the Squishmallow phrase. It's just Gengar is our mascot, and Gengar's kind of evolved into my unintended favorite Pokemon the last few years since using it in my intro, you know. Well, I was at Walmart one day and I saw it and I was like, I have to have this. Which is definitely out of character for me. I don't buy a lot of material things. I don't, I'm not a fan of just buying ocean-bound plastics because it feels good in the moment to be a consumer. I try to avoid it. I try to buy things that I know have a deeper value and meaning to me, like the dinosaurs on my shelf back there, you know. And I've talked about the raptor bust a lot in other playthroughs and the history behind it and why I have it and where it came from and so on and so forth. But all that aside, Gengar. Let me rest my tired, weary head, Gengar. God, these things are so soft. And the thing is too, like, I don't sleep with it. It usually just kind of sits over here around my desk or in my chair. Not that there's anything wrong with, you know, sleeping with a stuffed animal or whatever. It's just not something I carried over from my childhood into adulthood. But I thought about it. But I also kind of know that it'll wear it out quicker. I won't have it for as long as I want to if I cling to it every night. I am a side sleeper though. I tend to, I sometimes, a lot of times I'll wake up on my back, but I like to go to sleep and fall asleep on my side. And if I do move around in my sleep, I tend to just flip or rotate from one side to the other. And because of that, I usually like have my head on a pillow, then I hug another pillow to just kind of support my broad shoulders and frame, because I'm pretty big. I'm a big guy. I'm 6'4". I've got a pretty huge frame. I am not tiny by any means, so when I lay on my side, you know, all this weight kind of sinks in and you get this feeling in your chest of like everything just being kind of crunched in. So I like to hold a pillow while I'm sleeping on my side so that I can brace myself, you know. So there's very little room for Gengar. Last year I did say we were going to start doing longer streams, but then my health got real bad, and still just been doing the hour streams. Now there are occasions where we'll get on a new game of some sort and I'll really be feeling it. We'll go 2 hours plus, but for the most part, we've just been doing these hour streams, and I haven't fully decided whether I want to start forcing myself to do longer ones until my health improves a little bit. We'll cross that bridge when we get there. Alright, I will see you guys back here tomorrow. We might change things up a little bit and play some Animal Crossing. If I can get back to a decent sleeping schedule, I'd like to get back on Unravel, because Tyler and I are going to be starting Final Fantasy Crystal Chronicles before too long. But no! You came in at the last second! You came in as we're going out! Little eyes! I'm doing great. I'm tired. I got 3 hours of sleep and I was back awake, and I'm fasting. But yeah, I thought I would stream on YouTube tonight instead of the old Twitch. I might start doing more YouTube streams and see if we can't get some new viewers. We'll see. We'll see how I feel. I'm sorry you got here at the end, but I will be back tomorrow. See ya.